there's always like a constant danger of being fired every day, depending on like if you clock in 5 minutes early, if you clock in 5 minutes late, if you do anything, there's really a danger of getting fired or written up. The working environment, if you, I think it's a little bit of I'm just keeping my head down, I'm collecting a paycheck, and then it's a little bit of dog eat dog, because to get into a higher position, you have to basically sell people out. You have to boss people around, be mean to them, be unreasonable. A lot of the managers do start off in lower positions, but they work their way up by basically kind of telling on their coworkers or being a snitch to make sure that they look better in someone else's eyes. I work in tech, so I'm expected to pack at least 90 boxes per hour. So if you don't meet that rate, somebody will come around, they'll inform you, they'll show you a computer screen, and it will show your rate on it, and they'll ask you, like, what's wrong. We get our work from the computer screen, so if it's blank, we can technically sit for a second, but it's not, most of the time, like, there's no downtime. Like, you might get 5 or 10 minutes just to, like, relax, but you're constantly going for 12 hours. Each hour, they call out, like, the top 10 toppers. They give us incentives of the top 3 toppers. They make it a 15-minute break, or we make it a 10-minute extra break. So we're always kind of racing each other just to sit down, or just to get a break, or take a drink of water. Because the bathroom situation, I haven't seen anybody peeing in bottles or anything like that, but on each floor there's only like 4 or 5 bathrooms, and they're really spread out, and we all go, so technically we're only supposed to go to the bathroom during our designated break times. So when we all go on break, it's all at the same time. We have 30 minutes to warm up our food, eat it, use the bathroom, and walk throughout this building. And depending on where you are in the building, sometimes it could take 5 to 10 minutes just to get to the break room. So there are managers, like, if they do see that you're going to the bathroom too often in the night, they'll come up to you, and they have this thing called time off cash. And depending on how much time has accumulated throughout the night where you haven't been working, you'll get written off. People just don't drink, like, a lot of water or a lot of beverages to try to avoid peeing. And yeah, they just basically accommodate their body to that schedule, and that's why also going to break on a certain time schedule is important, because people are basically accommodating everything for Amazon so they can do this work. We're notified sometimes very shortly of when our next break is going to be, and it might be 2 hours from now, it might be 4 hours from now. It just depends on what's going on in the factory. It's all based off of deduction, so we can sometimes have our break within the first 2 hours of us being there, and our next break won't be until 2:30. So you're always being watched at Amazon, so they'll just, like, come to you and, like, kind of just sometimes comment on your clothes, or comment, like, your physical appearance. People pay a lot attention to that a lot, and they'll comment on a lot, men and women. And people are just always very physical there, and it's a lot. Where I work, the section where I work at is basically a long wall, and we're all dependent on each other to clear the wall, basically. So managers will come up to people sometimes and, like, openly flirt with someone in front of you, stop them from working, and you have to pick up their slack. And if you don't do their work, or they see you sitting down, you'll get yelled at. But the same person, because they like that person, they can always just sit down or do something else. Like, it's a lot of favoritism. And I feel like for some reason, like, Amazon is just like the sexual harassment I've seen, and not really experienced, but witnessed, is it's just like a really high sexual environment there. Like there's a lot of flirting, and so it's between co-workers, people taking pictures of people's butts, people, managers coming and like just touching you the small of your back. It's not anything like really out front. Most of it's very subtle, but it's more for like favoritism. I feel like how you move up in Amazon is to get like somebody to like you, and majority of the managers are men. If you let them like touch the small of your back, or if you let them flirt with you, if you flirt with them back, they'll move you up a little bit, or they'll give you more responsibilities, not really based off of your work abilities and you able to do your job. It's kind of like socially, how can you climb up with this person? Basically, if the managers like you as a person, then you'll move up. It has nothing to do with you actually being able to do the job. I look at it like, I don't think just having a job means that you should just take any conditions that are given to you. In a corporate level, there are people that are able to speak out against things. They're able to have more voice. In corporate level jobs or salary paying jobs, if you don't like your job, most of the time you quit or you can negotiate something. At Amazon, it's no negotiation because it is a revolving door. And I think that, like, I kind of compare it to being like in a abusive relationship because, like, yeah, you can just leave, but that doesn't make it better for the next person, and it's not making the person who's the abuser face what the problem actually is. It's not the person that they were in a relationship with, it's actually that person. And if they keep just blaming the employees and the people that work there who don't actually make the decisions, then Amazon will never be held accountable for actually what's going on. And the little things that are happening at Amazon aren't little, like people's safety isn't little, and not respecting people's bodies isn't a little thing.